Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our webinar. And it is the Professor Rajani Prasanna Endowment Lecture Series where we have the next meeting of. We are online as COVID doesn't allow to meet in person. So you are at home in front of the screens, our speakers are in front of the screen, and we here at the Prasanna School of Public Health are in the boardroom. First, of course, I would like to welcome the sponsor of today's session, Professor Rajani Prasanna. She gave this endowment to make it possible that experts from all over the world can come together and discuss the consequences for climate change. And that this that this has already impact has been proven today. I'm just out of the executive board meeting of Manipal Academy of Higher Education, and we got now a Center for Climate Change and Health. It was granted, and everyone from the whole MAL community was very interested and thought it would be a good idea to work on this. So, Professor Rajani, you see your endowment has already the first fruitful results. And for today, we invited two speakers. Before I introduce them, just a little bit why the topic and why the persons. Why the topic? When you talk about climate change and health, most of us see all those newspapers, photos about floodings, or storms or heat waves, and we see all the disasters on TV. But how do we know what kind of issues really influence climate change? How can we find out what we do? Will it have any result, or is it just a feeling? So how can we operationalize all those different things? And several decades ago, there was the idea to work on this, and it was called health impact assessment. We know before they had environmental impact assessment when we build a new road, what implications this will have for the environment, that we were looking at. But now we want to add the health perspective. So it's a new era, and it's new. Health impact assessment is not established everywhere. So we are talking with front runners now. And I'm very proud to have two ladies here who are representing this guild of frontrunners. It's Dr. Odile Mekel and Dr. Liz Green. And both of them contribute in a unique way. We will start later with Dr. Mekel about the quantitative aspects, and later Dr. Green will tell us a little bit more about the qualitative impact. But who are they? Dr. Odile Mekel, she is head of a division, Healthy Settings, in Germany, in North Rhine-Westphalia, a state of 16 million people. And they have a public health office and an institution that deals with this, that's working about health policy, risk assessment, and global health. You know that Germany had the G7 presidency once, and they put a lot of effort in this soft diplomacy skills regarding health. So she's in a good setting. And she is a generalist because she has worked in different settings already, from innovation in health, dealing with health data, or dealing with risk assessment. And she also is the author of a book. Only if you write a book, people will remember you. Assessment of Population Health, Risk of Policies. So there we have the link to the work through the Prasanna School of Public Health, have been trying to provide evidence for health policy. And she is the vice president of the section for health impact assessment of the European Health Association, the European Public Health Association. So welcome, Dr. Mekel. Dr. Green, she leads on health impact assessment in Wales and is an international expert on this. And Her special view is that she wants to get the non-health actors and the non-health sectors on board. And that's very important because she is an advocate of the health in all policy approach. I guess during her talk, we will hear more about this. She wants also to have a focus on mobilizing cross-sector collaboration and addressing inequalities as part of policies. Two major things that will guide us through the day. And she is the lead of the International Health Coordinating Center in Public Health Wales. And I guess she will introduce this to us. What I really found interesting is that she used her knowledge in health impact assessment to have a look what the consequences of Brexit are. And that will be very, very interesting to see what she predicted. And now I guess we are in the second year, what really happened. Staying at home and social distancing policies now in COVID times was a topic of her too. Perhaps she will mention this. And of course, she is an advisor to WHO. Such talent should not be wasted. And at the University of West England in Bristol, she is teaching and researching too. So you see, we have a new generation of researchers here that have gone their way already and promoted this special topic. So it was a long introduction, but I think it's worth because now you can understand much better why we have chosen the topic, why we have chosen our speakers.